Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time since I've done a sit-down video, and I always say that at the beginning of every video. It's been a long time since I've been on YouTube. Let's face it, I'm just like not very active. But I am. I just like am also not at the same time. I don't know, you decide. Basically, I've been wanting to film this video for a while now, but I just haven't because I was sick for a little bit. I'm still a little bit sick. Sorry if my voice sounds a little congested. It is, because it is. And I started this new medication that makes my lips like swell up, so just ignore that. But then I was kind of like, Olivia, you know what? You have to just get out of your head in that sense, because literally, this is what this video is about. Like, no one cares if I look some certain way. No one cares if I sound some certain way. I just gotta make the video and get the point across, and it doesn't matter because I'm beautiful on the inside, you know? Ignore my lips, just don't look that close unless you are a doctor and have answers for me. Thanks. I just turned 22, crazy, and I was journaling and I was writing down 22 things that I've learned in 22 years, and I thought, you know what, why not make this into a video? And then Morgan Yates did, and I was like, oh, but that's okay. I mean, she's a great creator and she's really cool. We kind of did it a little bit differently. She kind of talked about things that she learned in this past year, and I talked about things that I've learned in my 22 years. These are just kind of like little bits of advice that I thought I would share with you that I have found helpful, things that I've learned, things that I'm still continuing to learn, things that are helping me grow and all that stuff. Number one, it's okay to ask for help. This is kind of more in my like childhood, but I always kind of like bottled things up and like didn't really show these emotions or like any of my emotions really that much, just because I was like, oh, it's a sign of weakness, which it's not. But I just like kind of always bottled up my emotions and never really wanted to ask for help. But I have learned, oh my gosh, it is so okay to ask for help, because when you are going through something, and most of the times like you can't do it on your own, it's really good when people help you. I don't know, I just think that like it's okay to not be okay, and it is okay to need help and ask for it and actually acknowledge that you're going through something. And I think that you won't grow until you acknowledge it and then like you ask for help. This is already off to a rambly weird start, but that's number one. It's okay to ask for help. And then of course number two we're doing so well. Number two is that it is okay to not be okay, and I know I literally just said that, but it is. Especially, I don't know if you guys are aware of like the Enneagram types or anything, but I recently learned about it, and it has kind of taught me a lot about myself and who I am, and just like ways that I treat other people and ways that I am. They're like personality types. You can look it up, the Enneagram, whatever. I am a 7, which is just kind of like the like center of attention, life of the party kind of person, kind of just like the enthusiast, I believe is what it is referred to as. And it's just always like that everything is like sunshine and rainbows and all that stuff, but one of like 7's biggest flaws is that they do have bad days, and I do definitely have bad days, and I need to like remind myself that like even though I put off this vibe of like being happy all the time and being sunshine and rainbows, it is totally okay to not be okay, and show that to people. I think it's really healthy to show when you're not feeling good and work through those emotions and stuff like that. Number 3, Instagram is fake. So in that same light, as you can see, if you were to look at my Instagram, you would see all super bright colors, fun outfits, and all this stuff. I do occasionally try to post some things about like being vulnerable, you know, like IG versus reality, whatever, those things. But this is something that I'm working on, and I don't know why Instagram hasn't taken off my likes yet. If they've taken off your likes, let me know, because they have not taken off mine, and it's annoying. I want them gone. But I just need to remind myself, and I think it's important to remind everyone every day, that literally you are not defined by a number. People aren't defined by numbers. We are literally human beings. We aren't numbers. We don't have numbers. Like, stop comparing Instagrams. Obviously, why would you post an ugly photo on Instagram? Why would you post a stupid photo on Instagram? Like, people are gonna post their best sides of themselves. So don't look at that. Enough of that. Done with Instagram. I'm so done with Instagram. So throwing it out. Number 4, I have to do things for myself first. One of my best and kind of worst qualities is that I definitely give a lot of myself to other people, but it is so draining. Just like when you give and give and give and always say yes to people and never take time for yourself, like that is very difficult, and it's hard and it hurts, and I'm over it. So I think I need to start to say yes to myself first and always consider my time and my well-being before putting myself and spreading myself far too thin for other people. Number 5, It's okay to feel, but stop leaning into bad feelings. Literally, I do this all the time. I'll literally have the most minor inconvenience happen, and then I'll be like, you know what? I'm kind of sad, and then like plug in the headphones and just blast The Night We Met by Lord Huron. I need to stop. Like, don't, if you, I think, okay, basically this video is me being like, I need to learn these things, but I think it's kind of advice for everyone. Figure out how to have these like minor inconveniences, these bad things, just roll off the back. I need to stop really leaning into bad things and letting bad things boil up and boil over and then get so stressed out and so upset, have a bad thing happen and say, you know what, recognize that was bad and move on with my life, because there are so many other things that are happening, so many other things that are going on, so many more things to dwell on, so many more things that are more important than these minor bad things, and that I shouldn't just like add more things on. Like, yes, it's okay to have bad days. It's okay to lie on your floor in your underwear in the dark and just listen to Harry Styles and cry. Like, that's okay. But, you know, like, it's okay to be sad, but also like, don't make yourself sad, you know? Don't sweat the small stuff is basically what I'm trying to say. Number 6, I want to write more letters. I have found in recent years that writing letters really goes a long way, whether it's like a thank you note or a love letter or some kind of just like, hey, checking in, how you doing, what's going on? Like, that really goes a long way, especially to like relatives, whether it be like grandparents or family members. Not that your grandparents aren't your family members, but like, as I grow older, I find that it really means a lot to take a second to slow down and check in with my family and friends and just write them a little letter. Putting time into little things like that goes a long way and means a lot to another person. Number 7, if you are an extrovert or an introvert, listen to that. I am like a super extrovert. I've spent so much time until kind of in the last year and recently in adulthood bottling myself up and just kind of like locking myself in my room and being sad and feeling lonely, when in reality I need human interaction to thrive and to get my energy, and that is just basically what an extrovert is. So I have kind of like listened to myself and learned more about that personality trait, and how like most often I won't be doing work in my room. I will find myself like in a coffee shop or something, just because I need that kind of like hustle and bustle environment around me. I need like people around me to actually get work done. And that might sound weird, but that's just how it is for me. And I find that like, if you are an introvert, your friends are constantly wanting to hang out and like go out with a lot of people. Like, don't push yourself to a place where you'd be uncomfortable if you'd rather enjoy time alone, or if you really need to spend time around people like I do. I think that I really needed to like learn more about myself and my personality traits and actually like figure out how to I don't know what I'm saying. Number 8, journaling is very cathartic. I would recommend this to literally everyone. I have tried to journal my entire life, like literally all throughout my childhood. I'd be like, dear diary, I just got this journal and I'm gonna write in it every day. I'm gonna tell you everything that happened and I'm gonna do everything. For starters, my favorite color is pink. My name is Olivia. My nickname is Livy. My favorite animal is a tiger, and just like kind of go off and then be like, all right, see you tomorrow, and then literally never journal again. But as I became like a teenager kind of, and like more of an adult, I have kept consistent journals since I was 14, 15 until now, and I do them every year. Like, this is mine from this year. She's very thick and full and has all sorts of things in her. You can get all your emotions out and no one will ever read it, so you can be as crazy and insane as you want to. It's just a safe place to get your thoughts down, and I think that it can feel really good, and I recommend it to literally everyone. I know so many of my friends are like, I could never journal, and I'm like, why? Like, why? Just try and you'll probably really enjoy it. Number 9, eating healthy isn't all that crazy, right? So like, obviously it's like good for you and all that. I hate working out, and I love pasta, and I love cookies, and I love candy, like a lot. But honestly, I've just become so burnt out trying to be fit, trying to be healthy, trying to like fit some mold that society wants me to just like be super healthy, eat only this, and that like this is bad and this is good and this is like cheat food, and like diet this and like, it's just, it is a toxic culture, and I think you should eat what you want in moderation. Obviously, I do eat my greens. It's not like I'm just here eating candy, although I do really like candy, and I bike every day, so like I'm active. Like, I'm not saying like don't be active, but I am just so tired of the whole like fitspiration, like everyone has to be fit and healthy and skinny, and it's just toxic. So being healthy isn't all that. Eat what you want. I mean, everyone's different. Everyone is beautiful and wonderful. I remember this thing that one of my friends Emma posted, and she was saying that thinking about people that she had met and stuff, and she was like, never once have I met someone and the thing that I remembered about them and it stood out to me was their looks or their body. Like most of the time you'll be like, oh my god, yeah, she was so funny, or like she was so cool. You don't think like, oh my god, yeah, we have to hang out with her again. She was so skinny. No one thinks like that. Like no one talks like that. That's not what you remember. Like people are people for their personalities, and just like I am through with diet culture. This is random and not very advicey, but I love to travel. I don't know, that's what number 10 says. And I wrote, obviously not any kind of advice or a word of wisdom, but I've recently had the privilege to travel and it fuels me in such a new and exciting way. And that's it. No, but honestly, I do think that travel is really amazing if you get the privilege to do it, or if you have the chance to do it. If I wanted to spin this into a word of advice, I would say just step out of your comfort zone and do something that scares you and try new things. Advice. Number 11, it is okay to cut out toxic people. This is something that in the last year, holy crap, I have experienced a lot. I have lost a lot of friends, unfortunately. I have had to cut a lot of people out of my life, unfortunately. A friend should be someone who fuels you, supports you, uplifts you, loves you, and cares about you 100%. And if you are hanging around someone who doesn't do that to you, doesn't do that for you, and you don't do for, that person's not a friend. Obviously, everyone has like different tiers of friends. Like, I'm not about to like cut out of my life my like random friends from class that I've only like worked on a project with and be like, you don't love and support me, because they'd be like, whoa, we've only ever like hung out in group meetings. Friends are some of the most important people that you surround yourself with in your life, and it is really important to have a very strong group of friends. That it is safe to say it is okay to cut out toxic people or people who are problematic. Bye. You don't need that negative energy in your life, so it'll hurt, but bye. See you never. Number 12. Running away is sometimes okay. For example, this summer in New York, I was just feeling pretty overwhelmed and stressed out and just like anxious all the time. There was just always so much going on in the city. I was busy with work, busy with my blog and everything, and I just like was freaking out. I literally just bought a bus ticket, went home. Luckily, I had like the best bosses this summer, and they were totally understanding. They were like, yeah girl, go, like take the week, whatever. And I just like needed to be with nature and with my family, and I think that it's really, really good, really good to listen to that. When you're feeling like you just want to run away and get away, go. Listen to your gut, listen to your intuition, because most of the time, if you're stressed out, if you're feeling some kind of way, you're right. Number 13. Comparison will be the death of you. So I learned this more like going to SCAD. Everyone is so insanely competitive, and just like whether it be with jobs, with work, with ideas, with like things that we make, with things that we do, it is so hard not to compare yourself to others that you see online or other people that are in your environment. With that being said, remember that you are you, and that your path is laid out for you just the way it's supposed to be. Everything happens for a reason. You'll get to where you need to go when you need to get there. And also this quote, which is on this piece of paper right here: don't compare your life to others. There's no comparison between the sun and the moon. They shine when it's their time. Number 14, boys don't define you. So stop falling for stupid boys who make you feel small. That's mainly for me. Be nice to yourself. I mean, this goes for boys and girls. Relationships don't define you, and the people that you're with don't define you. Everyone makes mistakes, and if you are in a toxic relationship, that is not your fault. That is not a reflection of your character or who you are. And if you consistently fall for bad guys or bad girls, that is not your fault. Good things will come to you. Just trust your heart. Number 15, turn up the music and dance. So listen, my moves aren't great. I'm not the best dancer. I mainly just kind of jump around and flail my arms and do all sorts of like these things. I don't really know. Nothing makes me happier than if I'm like feeling down, if I'm stressed out, whatever. I just like turn on my speaker, turn on, it's probably gonna be like really bad poppy music, something that I can just like dance and scream my lungs out to, singing along, and just like really let yourself go. I'm not a scientist and I don't know anything about anatomy, even though I took that class. I'm pretty sure I failed. I'm sure it releases like dopamine into your brain or something. I don't know, but it just makes you happy, and dancing around to fantastic songs just boosts the mood. So just like if you're feeling down, like force yourself to get up on your feet, because it really makes a difference. 16, your first job won't be your dream job, and that's okay. So this is something that I'm really trying to tell myself right now, because honestly I don't believe it. But it is something that I am going through, and I know a lot of my peers are going through as well in this transformative time of life where we have to find jobs. We're about to be in the real world after being in school for like the last like 19 years of my life, 20 years, like basically the last 20 years I've been in school, and now I have to be an adult. I don't know how to do that. For some reason I'm applying to all of these jobs that are like senior executive positions and I have 0 job experience. Like I said before, everything happens for a reason. Life will go on. If I'm working at a truck stop handing truckers snacks, that's okay. Parents, if you're watching this, hopefully I won't be doing that. Hopefully I will have a job somewhere in my career field, but if not right away, that's okay. In the end, as long as I'm happy, that's all that matters. Number 17, treat yourself often. I think that this is very important. No matter what it is, if you succeed, get a good grade on a project, or just like are having a good day, you wear a cute outfit, like you're feeling yourself, like treat yourself in little ways that you deserve. Like go and get yourself a coffee, go and like make yourself a cake, I don't know, anything. Buy yourself flowers. I buy myself flowers all the time. I'm looking at flowers that I bought myself right now. But I just think that it's important to just like boost yourself up constantly. Literally never gonna end, I'll just talk over it. So I think it's important to just kind of like boost yourself and like reward yourself for these things because you deserve it, and there's no need in putting yourself down. Do not punish yourself for anything, but just like talk yourself through and know that you're learning and growing and that things will get better and it's gonna be great. 18, it's okay to be ambitious. I know that I push myself a lot, and I think that that's okay because I know that I'm capable. I might bite off more than I can chew. If anything, I'm learning how to do things, and I'm gonna teach myself, and I'm gonna figure it out, and I'm gonna ask for help if I need to. It's all gonna work out in the end. So I think be ambitious, and if you fall down a little bit, you'll just get back up, and if it's 1 step forward, 2 steps back, that's okay. You're gonna get there. Number 19, there is bravery in being soft. That's what this says right here. Like I said before, I used to kind of bottle things up a lot, and I didn't like it. I still don't like it. I still kind of do it a little bit. It's okay to feel all sorts of feelings and acknowledge those feelings, and know that without those feelings you wouldn't be able to grow and heal. Knowing when you need to heal is really important, and being gentle with yourself if you need it. Like I said, don't punish yourself, don't be hard on yourself, don't spread yourself too thin. Number 20, laugh often. So yeah, hate me for being addicted to TikTok. Honestly, I just really enjoy it. I think that it stands for something that I really, really like, and that is that sometimes I work really hard, I get really stressed out, I've had long days, and all I want is to be absolutely mindless. Sometimes my mom will like see me watching like a Danny Gonzalez video or something, and she'll be like, why are you even wasting your time on that? Like, that's not like educational. Like, wouldn't you rather like learn something? Like, in the time that you watch these videos, like you could have learned a language. She's probably wrong because I'm really bad at languages, so mother. I just think that it's really important to have these like mindless little things. Like, yeah, granted, don't do it all day every day, but like having something that just makes you laugh. Laughing feels so good. Again, I'm not a scientist, but like dopamine. If you're watching a 20-minute Curtis Connor video and it makes you laugh your butt off, and like that's fine. Sometimes I'll literally be having a bad day and then I'll just sit in bed and watch TikTok, and I'll be like, I feel good. Number 21, I really enjoy taking walks. Kind of like the travel one, isn't really a word of advice, but let's spin it into one. Along the lines of running away. It's okay to step away from what you're doing, take a walk. And I think, you know, yeah, sure, maybe you can have like headphones in or something, but like go alone, don't like call anyone on the phone or something. Just really like recognize the world around you and appreciate the little things. Appreciate every little flower and every little dog wearing a sweater, and kind of taking moments to reflect and be with yourself can be really healthy and good and beneficial, and I think that that's important. So take little walks every now and then. The last one, number 22, every day is a new day to love yourself. In the long run, you can't be letting anything get in between you and you. Don't let yesterday's struggles or negativity get in your way of tomorrow, because each day is a new day, and it's important to always in the back of your mind have something to look forward to. So if you're having a bad day today, just think, tomorrow is a brand new day that I can love myself all over again and have a clean, fresh slate. And before I ramble and say weird things, I'm gonna stop. That is gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys for going along this journey of 22 years with me. I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.